The drone is blown up.
Can anyone tell me what's burning over there? I just can't see. Please, the smoke is just so incredibly thick.
You have a card, right? Right here, cash.
It started catching fire right here. We didn't have time to evacuate.
Right now, Russia is being rocked by explosions of unprecedented force. 100 drones struck with precision. Putin has finally been left without airfields. Did the armed forces of Ukraine take out the last one? The Kremlin is making an emergency decision. Internet and communications have been shut down. Russians were not prepared for this. HIMARS destroyed a column of occupiers in Makiivka. All this and more coming up. Watch until the end. Hello, this is Ukraine Today. I'm Darina Hutsakalo, and here are the latest events. Another hellish night in Russia. Drones struck Volgograd.
The second drone exploded. The flipper one.
Today, the region was attacked by Ukrainian drones.
After the explosions, a fire broke out in the area of the airfield. Local residents captured a column of smoke on video. Here's what the strategically important region looks like now.
Can anyone tell me what's burning over there? I just can't see. Please, the smoke is really intense.
The governor of the Volgograd region, Andrei Bocharov, announced that a massive UAV attack was repelled in the Kalachevsky and Gorodishchensky districts, as well as in the southern part of Volgograd. According to him, the on-duty air defense systems of the Russian Ministry of Defense allegedly intercepted and neutralized all enemy drones.
And let these guys see what he wanted. They've reached us too.
However, due to the drone attack, Rosaviatsia was forced to suspend operations at the airports in Volgograd and Kaluga. Flights were urgently relocated. But that's not all. Now Voronezh is left without communication and internet.
Voronezh residents will have their internet cut off at the request of the security forces. The connection will disappear not only during the threat of drone attacks.
Russians are panicking. Now you can't even buy anything in stores.
Do you have a card? I had cash. So what's working for you?
As always, the Russian Ministry of Defense pretends that the situation is under control, saying that the air defense worked perfectly.
Air defense systems intercepted and destroyed 81 Ukrainian fixed-wing unmanned aerial vehicles.
Judging by the report, there was activity at night in the Bryansk, Kursk, Smolensk, Volgograd, Oryol, Belgorod, Astrakhan and Ryazan regions, and even in the Moscow region. After the attack, Russians on social media started a discussion about which specific drones had sent them fiery greetings. Among the theories was the mysterious Chaklun drone.
The armed forces of Ukraine tried to attack Russian regions with drones like the Chaklun V, as well as kamikaze drones similar to the Luti. According to Shot, all the UAVs were launched from the Cherkasy region.
The Russians are convinced that the warheads of the drones were loaded with 5 kilograms of plastic explosives.
In addition, homemade type UAVs were used for the raid on Russian regions.
Meanwhile, the Ukrainian armed forces carried out a high-precision HIMARS strike near Makiivka in the Donetsk region, destroying a column of Russian invaders. Dozens were killed and wounded. As reported by the Telegram channel Supernova Plus, a strike was carried out on a convoy consisting of 4 buses and a Kamaz truck with black military license plates when it stopped on the bypass road on the outskirts of Makiivka.
Every voice matters. Join our community, support independent journalism and help us bring you the truth from Ukraine. Become a member of Ukraine Today. Join us now.
It seems like it hit the bus directly as it was moving. There it is. That's bus 1683, which burned after being hit in the wheel. Look, you can see it up ahead. There, right up ahead as we go. That's where it got hit. Exactly. He struck there, see? And then our guy...
After a powerful strike, the occupiers themselves are only worried about one thing: how to take the weapons from the guys.
There's a vehicle standing in the field, I don't know, with the UAZ. That's probably where the first hit landed. Then it started hitting us right here. We didn't have time to evacuate, so it got hit. The vehicle started. And here's the hole. Come up there. Wait a second, Lenya. Hold on. We need weapons to gather all the boys. It's on. We'll put out the fire. And I'll ask these firefighters too. Well, I put out the fire as much as I could.
A strike of unprecedented force showed that Russian electronic warfare systems can no longer effectively counter the modernized HIMARS. The occupiers found themselves at a crossroads and are now forced to reconsider their logistics. This was stated by the head of the Center for the Study of Occupation, Petro Andriushchenko, in a comment to Channel 24.
Such a strike shows that we have truly modernized our HIMARS systems. The Russians still don't have any countermeasures or antidote against this. This means that the front line is closed and, well, big surprises await us. And this won't be the only convoy like that.
And right now, the armed forces of Ukraine continue to destroy the occupiers. It's hotter than ever. The Russian command is whining and keeps sending mercenaries into meat grinder assaults. The enemy is most active on the Pokrovsk, Novopavlivka and Toretsk sections of the front. Our forces are holding strong like armor. A more detailed report on the situation at the front lines follows in the next segment.
Scorpion struck enemy targets near Vovchansk. Fighters from the Guard Brigade destroyed vehicles, 2 long-range visual surveillance systems, Muramem, and a communications antenna. In addition, the unit's mortar teams and drone operators shelled the occupiers' strongholds. Border guards serving in the Vovchansk direction are preparing for battles, training on difficult terrain and mastering everything from basic weapon handling skills to lightning-fast assaults, starting with blank cartridges.
After people successfully complete a certain required training course, they are then allowed to clear the trench line with live ammunition.
In the north of the Kharkiv region, the tank battalion of the 92nd Assault Brigade is striking the enemy with captured armor, as if to say what you brought, you get back in return. And thanks to the efforts of the Phoenix unit, the occupiers will be left without vehicles and shelters along with their infantry. The video shows a selection of enemy equipment engulfed in flames, and these are the latest strikes from the 3rd Assault Brigade. The invaders tried to hide and flee, hoping to survive, but the drone operators had other plans. In the Lyman direction, the Muscovites are being blown up by the Baba Yaga drone operated by the pilots of the 63rd Brigade. Night anti-drone cloaks, trees and trenches do not save the enemies as heavy bombers come for their souls. Some of the occupiers, seeing no way out, prudently hide in black body bags. However, more and more often the invaders are choosing captivity over certain death. When Russian commanders send their soldiers in small groups into a trap, they are cut off from logistics for weeks, left without food or ammunition. In the Kramatorsk sector, the Revenge Brigade unit struck enemy FPV drones as well as ambushes. Numerous vehicles, including motorcycles, sent a field ammunition depot. Fierce fighting continues in the Toretsk sector. Among those holding the positions here are the Predators, a unit of the patrol police.
In the Pokrovsk direction, the enemy carried out offensive actions in the areas of the settlements of Koptivka, Malinivka, Mairolyubivka, Promenlisivka, Zvirov and Udachne. The invaders also tried to break through our defenses near Andriivka and Oleksivka. Our units continue to destroy the enemy's superior forces in order to slow down and halt their offensive actions.
The Pokrovsk direction remains the most hellish. In Chezhny, Dovbush's men continue to turn the occupiers' junk vehicles used to race through the forest belts into ashes. And here our defenders from the 28th Brigade are training on two-wheelers. Just the day before, assaults were carried out under the cover of armor. Now it's to the roar of engines. A motorcycle means speed, maneuverability, and the ability to reach places where an armored personnel carrier can't go or a drone can't fly.
Right now the situation at the front is such that you have to cover a lot of kilometers on foot. With motorcycles you can get through much faster.
In the Novopavlivka direction, the Reapers of the 23rd Separate Mechanized Brigade continue to accurately destroy enemy equipment. The warriors guaranteed the occupiers only injuries, mutilation or death on our land. Thanks to the efforts of pilots from 3 Defense Force units, a Russian MLRS was destroyed. The hit Grad was likely loaded with chemicals, as indicated by intercepted conversations among the Russians themselves. Although the aggressor country is a participant in the Convention on the Non-Proliferation of Chemical and Biological Weapons, it has used them more than once and still possesses large stockpiles. Our fighters also destroyed a Pion self-propelled artillery system and a truck loaded with ammunition near Novokrainka. The missile strike was coordinated by the Kornelis Aerial Reconnaissance Brigade. With faith in our fighters, Tetiana Litvin, Inter Podrobici United News Marathon.
How do you assess the strikes by unidentified drones on Russia? Share your opinion in the comments, hit the like button under the video, and stay up to date with the main news. There are almost 430,000 of us subscribed. More to come. See you!